Okay, so I bought my place here in Vancouver, and there are some things that I wish I knew before I bought my place. So here's a video of me sharing some of the things that I wish I knew before I bought my place. First off, you have got to talk to a mortgage broker. There are some individuals that I talk to, in case you don't know, I'm a mortgage broker. There's some individuals that I talk to, they say, see, this is why you should be putting your phone on D&D. Even though I did that, I'm still getting a call. There's some individuals that I talk to that they have the intention to go and buy a place. They're saving for a down payment, but they're just saving endlessly, and they're like, when is enough, right? So this is why I say you have got to talk to a mortgage broker. Set up a time with your mortgage broker. Pro tip, guys, it's free. Talk to your mortgage broker, find out what your budget is, because you might qualify for more than you think you qualify for, but you might not even know what you qualify for. So do this. Book an appointment with your mortgage broker, find out what is it that you qualify for, and then create a great game plan based off that. Okay, 1 sec. Got a runny nose over here. Step 2. After you've done talking to a mortgage broker, it doesn't have to be after, but around the same time. But for the mortgage broker part is first. You have got to get approved. You could get approved at your bank, but talking to a mortgage broker will be beneficial for you because a mortgage broker has access to multiple lenders. Whereas if you go straight to your bank, they will only tell you about their product. It is not in their best interest to tell you about other people's products. Right? So you want to stay informed, you want to talk to a mortgage broker. And because it doesn't cost you anything, I don't know what would be holding you back. Second part, when choosing a realtor, this is very important because there are a lot of realtors out there. When choosing a realtor, it's important that you talk to a realtor who you know has your best interest in mind. How do you know they have your best interest in mind? Well, one thing you could do is read reviews about them. Reviews is how most of us now make decisions. That's how I make decisions. Before I buy something on Amazon, I compare products and I read the reviews. I'll spend 10 to 15 minutes to read the reviews, shortlist some of my wants, and then decide which product I'm gonna go for, right? So similar with reviews, and that's how you might be picking a restaurant. That's how most of us make decisions these days, right? The homework has already been done by other people. So why not hack it? Why not just, use that to your advantage? And that's number 1. Number 2, when you are talking to your realtor, you have got to see whether they have your best interest in mind. Again, how do you know they have your best interest in mind? What kind of approach do they take in the process? Are they agreeing to everything that you say, or are they challenging you, with the help of their experience, and asking you the right questions, asking you difficult questions? What kind of reputation have they built for themselves? At the end of the day, buying a place is one of the most important financial decisions that you're going to make in life. You don't necessarily want to go to with a friend of a friend just because, sometimes it's for the benefit, but it may not necessarily be the only reason. It should not be the only reason why you're going with a realtor. You should, in my opinion, you should feel aligned, interview the realtor, see, what their values are, what their approach is, and see if you guys click at the end of the day. Because honestly, you want, or they ought to be as well, you want both your realtor and your mortgage broker to have your best interest in mind. It is very easy. Oh my goodness, I just had some sugar, don't mind me. There are a lot of mortgage professionals and realtors out there. You got to work with someone who feels right, who you click with, and who you feel comfortable asking dumb questions and whatnot, because at the end of the day, these individuals are experts in their field, and that's what they're there for. They want to, make sure that you're happy. Ultimately, from the professional's point of view, they want to make sure that they do a good job and that they are referable. So you want to refer them to someone else, not because you have to, but because you know that you have been impressed with their due diligence, with their communication, and their work ethic. So that's number 2. Number 3, you might want to, or you might have a desire to buy a nice 2-bedroom in downtown, 2-bed, 2-bath, you know, with a particular view and blah, blah, blah. And you look at your bank account and you're like, oh, I'm not ready. I can't afford it. The down payment that I have is, I'm just throwing numbers out there, okay? The down payment that I have is only $50,000, but I need $200,000. Like, again, random numbers. Don't get discouraged. The chances are of people who are already who already bought these houses or these multiple bedroom apartments and whatnot, the chances are that they've built or climbed their way there. So get in the market buying whatever you are able to afford, you know, whether it be a 1-bedroom, maybe it be a studio, you know. For me particularly, when I was looking for my first place, I was only looking at 1-bedrooms. I'm like, it has to be a 1-bedroom. It has to have in-suite laundry. Those were my must-haves. So then I realized that what I actually ended up liking better and more was a studio, even though it didn't have a laundry. So you gotta be a little bit flexible. That brings me to my next point. I don't know why I'm going like this with my hands, but I'm getting really excited, as you can tell, and the sun is getting in my face with all the lighting. That brings me to my next point. When you're looking for your ideal place, you know, whatever you think you have in mind, it is best for you to have your top 3 to 5 check boxes in mind. You know, what is important to you? Is location important to you? What the square footage is important to you? The amenities are important to you? The neighborhood is important to you? These are the things that you ought to keep in mind, and this is something that you would discuss with your realtor, hopefully, if they care, if they ask you the right questions. So you gotta, you know, kind of make a short list. Based off that, be a little bit more flexible with your short list, but figure out what are your non-negotiables. You know, your non-negotiable might be a location near a school because you have kids, or a location near the public transit because you work further away, but you want to buy a place that's in a slightly cheaper area, but helps you with getting to work easier. You know, so keep that in mind. That's very, very, very important. The other thing, you've got to remember, okay, when you're working with the professionals, in order to help make their job easier, and as a result, the process less stressful for you, you got to be prepared. You know, you got to prepare with the documents. When the mortgage broker asks you, I'm looking at you. When the mortgage broker asks you for particular documents, you gotta have that ready. I understand, I totally understand, don't get me wrong, life gets busy and whatnot, but it is definitely important for you to prioritize getting the paperwork ready and done. So once the mortgage broker has all that, it makes the approval process smoother and much more efficient for you, okay? The other thing that I would suggest is listen to the advice that you get from the professionals. You don't necessarily have to take the advice and go for it and make the decision based off that. You don't have to. But what I recommend, both from a mortgage broker's perspective and a friend's perspective, honestly, I'm in this business, I talk to a lot of realtors, I talk to mortgage brokers, and I talk to my clients. I recommend for your own best interest to take the advice that you get into consideration and then making a decision off that. Ultimately, the decision is yours, 100%. No one's gonna force you, no one can or will force you to make, a decision one way or another. But do listen, and remember that at the end of the day, a realtor, a mortgage broker, and the client, which is yourself, are a team. You want to work as a team to make the deal work, to get you to your dream place. Okay? Ciao, ciao. Like I said, this is not me saluting, but if it looks like it, let it look like it, okay? Like and comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Maybe there's some things that I've missed. Add them in the comments below. Then if you have any particular video ideas in mind for me to make, more than happy to hear them. Okay? Bye-bye. Let me get rid of the sun. It's too sunny in here.